My name is Peter Friedrich.
Mr. Friedrich, you have 5 minutes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. I'm here to warn you about pending risks to the free speech rights of Augusta residents under Georgia's State Senate Bill 375. 55 years ago, this county learned what happens when government becomes the instrument of oppression rather than the remedy for it. 16-year-old Charles Oatman was beaten to death in the Richmond County Jail. Authorities claimed he fell off his bunk, but his family saw 3-foot-long gashes across his back, his skull busted out, cigarette burns covering his body. When thousands of Black Augustans rose up demanding accountability, white police shot 6 unarmed Black men in the back. All white juries acquitted every officer. Augusta remembers that betrayal. Please don't repeat it under new management. 55 years later, you face another choice about whose freedom your authority will serve. Senate Bill 375 would mandate that you employ similar machinery, investigations, complaints, enforcement power, but this time to police what Augusta residents say about religion. It's blasphemy law with a Georgia zip code. This bill mandates that your HR department, code enforcement, police, every county agency must consider the definition of Hindu phobia when investigating discrimination complaints. And it defines Hindu phobia as antagonistic, destructive, and derogatory attitudes and behaviors towards Hinduism. Never defines Hinduism or Hindu, never defines who decides what counts as antagonistic attitudes, whatever attitudes means. This vagueness is not accidental. The Hindu American Foundation, a primary advocate for the bill, has what India's embassy describes as a fiduciary relationship with the Indian government. That is language that the embassy itself employs in FOIA responses. They're importing blasphemy enforcement to American soil. Right now, a federal trial is pending against an Indian intelligence operative who is charged with conspiracy to murder an American citizen on U.S. soil for criticizing India's government. According to the DOJ indictment, when asked about future targets, the intermediary said, "We have so many targets on North American soil." That's the network behind this bill, and they're asking you to give them your investigative machinery. Here's what this means for specific Augusta residents. Augusta University professors teaching about religious nationalism. A political science professor covers Kashmir's annexation, citizenship laws stripping Muslims of rights, state-backed pogroms. Under the bill, any student could file a complaint. The university must investigate whether teaching documented human rights abuses constitutes religious bigotry. The professor faces months defending academic freedom. That chills academic freedom, but the machinery does not stop on campus. Augusta Chronicle journalists covering religious freedom or international human rights. A reporter writes about India's treatment of Muslim and Christian minorities. Under the bill, anyone can file a complaint alleging derogatory attitudes towards Hinduism. The newspaper faces investigation. The journalist's career is threatened for doing their job. That chills the press, but the bill reaches into your own workplace. Augusta city employees discussing persecution of Christians in India. How pastors are beaten by Hindu nationalist mobs, nuns gang raped, churches burned. An employee posts about these documented atrocities. Under SB 375, anyone can file a complaint alleging antagonistic attitudes towards Hinduism. Your HR department must investigate whether discussing violence against Christians constitutes religious bigotry. The investigation itself becomes punishment, months defending your right to discuss religious persecution. Augusta knows what authority laundering looks like when legal mechanisms designed to protect people get flipped upside down to shield power. That's what blasphemy law does. In 1970, Augusta's government failed Charles Oatman. His family complained about torture. Officials did nothing until 6 men lay dead.
1 minute.
In 1970, Augusta's officials used violence to silence critics. Don't let India's government use your laws to do the same today. Oppose SB 375. Tell Georgia lawmakers that Augusta-Richmond County refuses to investigate antagonistic attitudes about undefined concepts. Protect the academic freedom of Augusta University professors, the press freedom of Augusta Chronicle journalists, and the right of every Augusta resident to discuss international human rights without government investigation. Don't let this commission be remembered for conscripting Augusta's government to enforce speech codes for a foreign intelligence network. Augusta remembers 1970. Don't make this county remember 2025 as the year you gave India's government the same thing that Augusta officials succeeded in achieving in 1970, the power to punish speech, only this time through blasphemy law. Thank you. And I have, for every member of the commission, an information packet on this issue.
If you will, bring that to the clerk. The clerk will come get copies for this body, sir. We certainly appreciate you being here today. My question, I don't see any colleagues in the queue. Have you reached out to our Georgia State Legislative Delegation regarding Senate Bill 375 and let your opinions be known?
Yes,
Okay.
Mayor. In process of, have done that and in process of continuing to do that.
Okay, help for the public, help us understand, where is that bill in legislation? Is it a bill that's going to be reintroduced into this 2026 session?
The bill was introduced in April of this year, and it has been referred to the Judiciary Committee, likely to be taken up in January 26.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for making us knowledgeable about it. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor.
Have a great day.